And what's up, everybody? This is None Defense, host of this YouTube channel and co-leader of the team Task Force Still Unboomable. I'm sitting here with the real leader of our team, that is of course Miss Boom Bitch Angie. Say hello, Angie.
Hey everyone.
So I am still, this is a part of our Booming Without Borders, and just to clarify, I came up with the name Booming Without Borders. Today we are visiting the team Super Sayians, and everybody has left from Still Unboomable and went back home, and I am here all by myself, and I'm kind of homesick, and this is going to be my last day with the team. What I'd like to do in this segment of Booming Without Borders is I've been with the Super Saiyans for a few days. I've had a chance to observe their interaction. I've had a chance to observe their replays from previous ops. I've kind of worked with them a little bit, and we worked on Stronghold. What I want to do now is, man, I don't want to use the word critique because it makes it sound like I'm going to go through and say, oh, well, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. I'd like to just kind of, let's get that out of your head. So if you're a member of Super Saiyans and you're watching this, don't take anything I'm saying personal. What I have done basically is I'm looked at who you are as a team, and you are a strength first team. Okay, cool, that's fine. So let's embrace that as a team if you're a strength first team, and let's make some minor adjustments to the way that we do things in order to maximize the effectiveness of your strength first mentality. Now I will say, without looking at anything, you're gonna need at least a few guys who are hardcore warrior users. So if you know anybody on the team who's really good at it, definitely keep them in mind for very specialized assaults. Alright, so the other day, 2 days ago, whatever it was, we started Stronghold. We sent who all was there. It was me, Angie, Nick, Braun, and UD. I forgot to really mention him and give him the proper amount of props last video. My bad, UD. He's a good dude. We went over there and we took care of our 2 bases, leaving the other 3 for the Super Saiyans to handle their way. If I have to apologize for one thing, it's this. As we were sitting there looking at the op, we knew what y'all should be doing in order to beat particularly Waterloo. It was difficult for us to say it without seeming like we were trying to take over things in the op, and that's not what we came to do. It wasn't about that at all. So as I go through, please nobody take anything personal. I only know one way to be honest and blunt, and that's just to be honest and blunt. So we'll just start in order. Sliding block. I'm going to try to get through them very quickly. Now, Mountain, there was some confusion about who was going to go where and whatever, but judging just this attack simply on its own merit, let me speed that up. Mountain, for the most part, you clearly know what the heck you're doing. So, I don't know how, only the leaders know who is the most, truly reliable. But if Mountain is one of those guys, then definitely that was a strange flare of machine guns. But whatever. You cleared the rockets, and that's really the main objective there. Now, as we looked at sliding block, we had plans to beat it in 3 attacks. We had a 3-attack plan, and there's really no reason that it shouldn't have gone down in 3 attacks. So we need to kind of figure out why it didn't. So we're going hookah. Love it. First thing I'm doing is flaring here. Just cause, I love that corner flare. If you watch enough of my videos. Pause. Right here, the next thing that I'm doing is flaring right here to this corner. Right here. So just bear that in mind. What we love to do is we want to hit it from this side. And just kind of, we'll clean out just maybe a couple of these snipers, and then we'll hit it. But, y'all had a great strategy. There wasn't anything wrong with it. It just, wasn't our strategy. If I have to be critical, and I'm required to be, we got to get that reflare a little bit faster there, partner. Make sure your Zookas, you took a lot of unnecessary damage from Zookas, on your Zookas there. But all in all, you started making your hole. So that was on sliding block. So I'm just going to go ahead and just take us all the way through sliding block. And I'm trying to be really fast, but at the same time be thorough. So, you know, wish me luck with that. Raul has been proven to be a pretty cool guy. I like him. So we've kind of worked up here. My instincts are continuing, just, you know, this is the weak side right up here. This is where you kind of want to be. So anything that happens, I'm flaring there. Remember this corner flare, guys. It'll save your life, even when you don't need it. It'll position your Zookas. It'll get them up against this wall. It's a beautiful flare. Let's speed that up. Now, I know that the note said that, you know, we were going to take it from down here. I mean, I guess it just didn't make sense to us because you have all this other stuff, potential threats. You know, there's a shock blaster over here. Like, this is where we're angling it from. So, but with this guy, Raul, what he did is he cleared these off. I mean, so I get it. So, alright, I'm going to stop apologizing for anything I say, because all I know how to do is just call it as I see it. I felt like that was, so that was the third attack. That should have been, if somebody had went in all Zookas there, an effective all Zooka, that should have been, you know, if not the winning shot, then this one should have been the winning shot. So this was Young Steppa. Okie dokie. So Young Steppa went in. Speed this up. Right there. Gets him up on that wall a lot faster. Just, you know, it's a security, considered like a security blanket. Love the artillery there. We're going to flare right here. See, this was a good attack. Excellent. Excellent, Young Steppa. Now what level? Okay, is that it? Yeah, I mean, he put a dent on it. Keep in mind, I have yet to really like go through these hardcore and watch all of them. What level was Young Steppa's? And I missed him. I'm curious what level his Zookas were. Level 16. Good deal, good deal. So that was a pretty high health shield. After that, let's see who I'm looking for. And then Bartholomew, he went in, that was one of ours. He went in with level 14, and there's really nothing fancy to show there. He just put Zookas back here, took the win. So again, the note said to win from down here, and the instincts of the team thankfully kind of went up here. So I don't know what the deal was, but look at Bart go. Alright, we're not going to watch that. There's nothing to it. There ain't nothing to show. And then after that, let's see who got the win on sliding block. That was SCR. I love the fact that he's going all rifleman. I love riflemen. I didn't get a chance to demonstrate my love of riflemen yesterday when we did the op. Flare that corner. I promise that's a good habit. And seems like SCR has some kind of low level flare. Let's talk about that flare. Pause. See where he flared right here, guys? I'm noticing, and I see this on a lot of teams that I travel on. I have a name for that flare, and in this case, it's okay, but we're going to see it again here soon, I'm sure. But that flare, typically, I'm not a big fan of. I prefer to flare kind of back here and let my troops naturally walk up. What often happens when people do this flare is there's often like a lot of crap and they start taking unnecessary damage. You'll see it more when we start when we come across it. But all in all, this was wide open. Went with all Zookas, or excuse me, all rifle. So good job. And he got the win. Play, whatever. Yeah, he wins. Good job, SCR. Alrighty, So that was sliding block. So the next one was Quantum was us. No, we're gonna get to Waterloo last. Sliding block. Quantum, Commodore, sliding block. Somebody Ballast. Okay, unbeatable. I don't recall what the note said, but as I recall, it was basically go right, or excuse me, go left. I would call this a drop left sneak around. Got a little flare action there. Okay. Good job. So what I'm looking for now is I want to start seeing some artillery back here. He's eating up all these sails, so my question is, what's he going to do with the gunboat? He's spending a lot of time generating gunboat. Remember, time is everything in Boom Beach. Okay, still waiting on the gunboat. Okay, so he was able to bomb some rockets there. Good job, good job. And so that's kind of what's going on there. Good job, whoever that was. I just said it, unbeatable. Now, I've seen your attacks unbeatable, and you are beatable. But you're pretty good. You're certainly very strong. So that was Ballast, and then Boo went afterwards. Okie dokie. We'll just go around here. And he's going with the Scorcher Hookah. I'm sure there's some Scoocha or something. Some clever little cute name that combines things. Man, you guys love your power cells. Like, wow, you guys really love your power cells. Okay, so you ate all those power cells in order to keep this shocked. Okay. Alright. Well, I mean, good job for getting rid of the shock blaster. Good job for, getting some bombs in. I'm not saying don't go after the cells in that situation. I just, if you're going after cells, I feel like when you're going after cells, your focus needs to be bomb work, not shock. Like, you don't need to, anytime you are eating cells just so you can shock things longer so you can eat more cells, you're clearly doing something wrong. Sorry, that's just, the numbers should support that. So this was Die Hard. Okay, so Die Hard, you're going in Tank Medic. Beautiful. I'm going to flare over here first. Let's see what he does. Alrighty, good job. Right over here. Okay, I'll take it. I'm going to flare right here. See what he does. Ouch. Okay. Ah, that flare. I mean, I get it. I get it. Okay. So, let's see what happens here. Now, when I saw that this particular shot live, I'm glad that you are so brave and able to get a lot of rockets. That's definitely awesome. I can't help but wonder if you couldn't have gotten much better positioning coming up here and then coming down. We find that attacking things from down are definitely beneficial, but you clearly had a plan. You clearly have the skill and the strength to do it. So again, you don't have to follow my advice. These are just thoughts that I see on the fly. Those are very strong tanks, though. Alrighty, good job, good job. Man, that was a very large hole by Die Hard, level 58. Okie dokie, the Reaper. This is not Reaper. This is a different Reaper, but it's the Reaper. So let's see what's going on here. So we're doing a hookah. Pause. You guys, whenever you're going to go hookah, and a lot of you do have some variant of the hookah, I really recommend dropping your Zookas first, then your heavies over here, and then doing your flare. I think you'll just find that the grouping works out much better. It's a little adjustment, and that's all I want to talk to y'all about today, is just little adjustments in your game. So okie dokie, and play. Fast forward. Okie doke. So I see immediately it's 15 seconds. That's two unnecessary shocks on a boom by positioning there. Oh, wait. By dropping your Zookas over here originally and then flaring over here, then up to here, you would have never had to have shocked that boom in the first place. You could have got in position and started working in your way down, and this boom would have never ever even shot at you, and you wouldn't have had to waste a single shock at it. That's my initial thought. Second, what the hell was with that flare? I'm sorry, the Reaper, but like, if you have to cross this many defenses to get to a target, and I understand if it was an accidental flare, but that looked very purposeful to me, and you'd have a hard time convincing me that that wasn't purposeful. So, terrible flare in that situation. Okie dokie, so that was the Reaper. We're looking for a big Reaper. Alright, Reaper, you, sir, are an awesome player, an awesome boomer, and a lot of awesome things. You should have won this. I'm sorry, there's just no other way about it, and I'm going to show it to you right here. We were watching this live. You know, it's like you knew what you were doing, and I asked you very clearly, can you smoke past the corner? And you did it. If I have to be critical, flare up here, not there. You keep flaring the target, just flare up here. That'll take care of that. Excuse me. And now my big question at this point is, why are you wasting all this valuable time on these sales when all you need to do is get on position on the HQ? Now, after you didn't win here, you told me you weren't strong enough, and I'm sorry, but I have to completely disagree, because you're plenty strong enough. You just killed, like, 3 minutes of your time, it felt like, eating these cells. So that's that. I mean, the fact that you had Zukas on the board, and you timed out, like, I really just believe you had a shot. Like, just get down here, shock, whatever. Oh, and trust me, don't think that, me and my team, we attack perfect. Like, I have I don't believe that at all. We have an award that we give out to our teammates for the failed attacks. It's called the Wooden Spoon Award. I have a beautiful collection of them. I think I hold the record of most failed attacks than anybody, and it's probably because I get more attacks. Was that the last attack on sliding block? Or excuse me, ballast? Nope, and then Sander Bob. Okay, Angie told me not to watch this, so I'm gonna have to watch it. Let's see what happened. I didn't get a chance to watch this one as it happened live, and this is the first time I'm putting eyes on it. I'm flaring up here first, again, that's just a nice safe flare. Love the flag. Oh, okay, man, do you not own shock? Like, what happened there? Okay, well. So that was the last attack on ballast. Like, I mean, if you don't have smoke, don't try to do, don't send a shocker to do a smoker's job. There you go. Like, when it's time to smoke, you need to smoke. When it's time to shock. But when it's time to smoke, you got to smoke. So that was the last attack there. So, and that brings us to Waterloo. Oh my goodness. Now, when we first came over in real time, as we were looking at it, we could have spent all of our 12 attacks beating Waterloo, and we're confident we could have done it, but there's absolutely no way we would have been able to touch anything else. Ultimately we decided we were going to do 2 bases, and y'all were going to do the 3. Had we done it differently, would it have worked out differently? I don't know. It doesn't really matter now, does it? The point is, you guys went after Waterloo. What I was hoping to see is good bomb work. That's, if anything, just from what my eyeballs have seen so far, something about, when if we're eating power cells in order to shock more, we're doing something wrong. And I remember this base had a lot of cells, so my instincts are telling me that I'm about to see a lot of that. So let's find out. Okie dokie. Now, the thing about power cells, in my personal opinion, is they are time traps. They will suck up your time in a heartbeat. That was a good flare, good use of smoke. Who was this, Aziz? That happens. I don't even remember, I didn't notice. If you dropped your Zukas here, you did good, but I don't think you did. I think you dropped your Zukas there. Which, again, it changes the dynamic. I like that you're bombing this rocket. However, as many Scorchers and tanks as your team uses, you need to be focusing on shock launchers. See that? See the shock launcher? That's what killed you. We have a term on our team for when we need to take out specific targets that we know are ultimately going to cause nothing but trouble on runs like this. You use the term team artillery. Because you guys are a bunch of Dragon Ball Z fans, I would recommend using the term Kamehameha. And what that means is you would each put 2 barrage and 2 artillery on the target. So the notes would read something to the effect of Kamehameha shock launchers. Okay, so like drop left, sneak around. So we're dropping left, sneak around, Kamehameha, shock launchers. And that means for every attack, everybody's going to put 2 barrage, 2 artillery on the shock launchers. And one by one, by the time you guys are ready to really start beginning your actual assault, these things are just popping like they're not even there. Then you can eat all these cells. It's going to be crazy. So just imagine it my way. If everybody who attacked put 2 barrage, 2 artillery on those shock launchers. So who was that on? That was Aziz. We're looking for Waterloo. I know this video is already running long. They go by so quickly, and you try to get it all in. Alright, Rail Tonk, and I probably missed one. Okie dokie. No, this looks about right. Alrighty, I like that drop the Zookas there. You know, smoke takes care of that problem, and again, you don't have to save a shock. Smoke is cheap, especially in the beginning. Oh, let's speed this up. I'm going to flare up here. Smoke, smoke, smoke. Okay, well, a little better smoke there. You notice how we don't have any Zookas left? That's not good. Okay. Did you bomb any of the shock blaster or shock launchers? Well, something. What was that? Let me watch that one again real quick. Nope, there's already a hole there. Okay, nope, still the same original 3. As of right now, they are still untouched. Okay, so we know what went wrong there. That was Rail Tonk. Rail Tonk, Rail Tonk. TT at level 52 attacked Waterloo. He's going with the Scorcher Hookah approach. Okay, he's bombing the rockets. Okay, I get it. Those are going to be an issue, certainly, but they're not your issue now. The thing that's giving you fits right now are these shock launchers. So let's see if you bomb any of them. Okay, over here, we're working on some cells and some stuff. Okay, so what are we using those cells for? Looks like we're shocking things. Okay. Alright, so far that's what, 3 attacks. So imagine if we're doing it my way, that would be what, 6 barrage and 6 artillery on some of those shock launchers. That adds up, and that adds up quickly. And I may have done the math wrong, and it may have been 4. Oh, I missed Penetrating Paul. So let's watch his attack. He's going all Scorchers. I don't know what his gunboat situation is, but it lasts 1 minute and 17 seconds. But just imagine. Oh, love how he shocked there so he could eat more cells. Okay, good job. So just imagine 2 barrage, 2 artillery. So I mean, I'm glad he did a little suicide rush there, but imagine that these have been hit now. You see what I'm saying? See how that quickly adds up? Just a little bit of everybody just taking just a little bit of gunboat to knocking things like this out. A warrior could have done that same run a little more effectively, but you got to be a good warrior. But in the end, it doesn't matter what troop you run, as long as you're accomplishing individual goals. And in these cases, I'm looking at it, as simply, we did TT. I'm trying to look at it simply as it's the shock launchers that are going to cause issue for you guys, because you run strength first. Okay, so let's remove the things that slow your strength down. Let's remove those first. Then I'm going to start working on the rockets. You guys are scared of rockets. Well, you can't be Scorcher, Tank, Hookah, and all that stuff and be scared of rockets. That's just not going to quite cut it. You need to be scared of boom cannons. You need to be scared of shock launchers. I'm surprised I'm not seeing more attention paid to those things. So let's see, and we're looking for Waterloo Lynch. Okay, now remember, as I go and look at these attacks, just none of this means that I think you're terrible people. It's just how it goes. Would have loved to see smoke there. You see, every time that rocket gets a shot off, that's a smoker shot. Love the shock there, except you could have just flared it. I love how you're just up here eating more cells, and for what purpose? To keep more things shocked. One bomb there. If you're gonna bomb a rocket, is this really the rocket to go after right there? Like, you've got this grouping of 3. Now, I know how it is. You're attacking live, and it's just like, you know, it gets kind of away from you, and you don't know what the hell's going on. But you want to get you want to get over the hump of Stronghold, and you know, if you have enough strength and everybody attack, or you know, that's absolutely gonna happen. But you know, like, there's just, I feel like you're doing it the hard way. Does that seem fair? I feel like your guys are just doing it the hard way. Now, I have to assume that this was a mistake flare. Like, he did not mean to do that. Because if he meant to do that, then I would have to fire Maximus Prime. And I know he doesn't deserve to be fired, so we can only assume. I don't know. I don't know what happened. That was strange. Everything about that was strange. And leaving us with, and that was the last attack on Waterloo. And did I miss some attacks on Ballast or something? Oh, okay. Well, here's Lake Shell. Oh, and I didn't even look at circuit board. Like, there's a lot of these guys. And I think the common theme that I'm seeing, though, is just, you know, when to go for the core, when to go for the kill, when to go for sales.
Circuit board was a nightmare.
Circuit board. Good smoke. Got a flare up here in that situation. And now your Zookas are just all too spread out. Did he get the win here?
No.
That's a shame. I was really rooting for him there. Okie dokie. So circuit board was a nightmare, she says. Okay, so I gotta look at...
We would typically beat circuit board in no more than 4 attacks.
Like, I know these names, but it's always when I see them, and I'm like, ah, yes, of course, this one. So let's see. Ah, yes, of course, this one. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's 6 attacks tops, maybe even 4. Really just depends on who's available. If Sith, our low-level guy, if he's available, we can do it in 6. If it's our high-level guys, we can do it in 3. I've seen it go both ways. But, I mean, you have the right idea.
Is he bombing the rocket?
Yeah, he bombed these rockets back here.
Yeah,
so,
watch the rest.
Okay, so that was a decent little start there on circuit board. Circuit board, Paul. What's going on here? Alrighty, what are we dropping here? Zuka Hookah? Or Scorcher Hookah? Okay, you're using the critters there to kind of distract the rockets, I get it. More bombing of the rockets. Okay. Oh, I'm not going in real time. So why was this show short? What happened?
Watch the next attacks. They couldn't handle the shield, and nobody else went for the rockets.
Is that what happened?
I believe so.
Okay. So, alrighty, that was circuit board, Nuka. Alright, let's see how Nuka did. Well, he lasted a little while. Taking that out. Speed that up.
On those shield gens. That's what he'll end up, yep.
Oh, this guy. Oh, yeah.
Or wait, he might not, yeah.
No, I mean, this wasn't, those things ended up just... Yeah.
He didn't last long at all.
Yeah, like this wasn't...
I think he only had like level 11 tanks.
Yeah. Partner, work within know your limits. You were operating well beyond them here. I mean, you know, cool. Having the critters on the, on the shield generators. I mean, that's neat. But for what? You know, when it was all said and done, did it really benefit anybody? Maybe a little. I mean, it was okay. I'm not going to say that it wasn't. Oh, and for the love of goodness, I hope people don't start, messaging me and all that, say, oh, give me their specifics. Oh, well, in this specific case, I was, and I'm like, I don't know, dude. I think in the end, you guys are certainly on the right track. What was that? Okay, so he's finished that off. Alright. I mean, it makes a little dent. So, I'm just trying to figure out why we're still playing against this base. Like, we should be finishing bombing these rockets. Not shocking, then we need to... Well, okay. Now that was strange. Everything about that was strange. Like, if we're going to be putting the attacks on these type of bases, then we need to be putting... Remember, like I said, Kamehameha. 2 artillery, 2 barrage. Kamehameha. That's a Dragon Ball Z reference. For anybody watching this who doesn't know what Dragon Ball Z is, well, that's your loss. Okay, I'm not a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, but it's cool. Alright. 2 barrage, 2 artillery, Kamehameha. Alright. Like, you guys are just determined, you know, to do that, to beat that. And I get it. I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't help. I'm just acknowledging that you still got this one and all that. But nobody's, at this point, like Angie said, nobody's putting anything on these rockets now. I feel like we're just, again, you're doing things the hard way. Alrighty. And so, okie dokie. So we're still on circuit board. Okay, I'm just being honest, guys. Like, I'm still confused about why we're still on circuit board. We're flaring right. Alright, this guy's back. Who's this? This is Flip. He's back in the act. He knows what's going on. See how, like, one just heavy round, if the 3 guys that went before him, 2 guys, 3 guys, whatever it was, had done that, like, these things would be gone by now. This base would have been popped. The gods of Boom Beach gave you gunboat. Use it. You know, it's there, man. When in doubt, Kamehameha. What is Kamehameha? That's 2 barrage, 2 artillery. Just think about that.
What, 10, 16, 26, 17, 28.
She's doing some math here.
It's like 32 gunboat.
32 gunboat. Like, all you high-level guys, like, I know you can spare 32 gunboat, and you'll still have plenty to do your shocking and all that stuff. Slammo, level 52. We're still on circuit board. It sounds like I'm being ridiculing now, and I don't intend for that. I'm just acknowledging that what's happening now should have happened like 3 attacks ago. So Flip was on the right page. Slammo got back in the show. So good job, Slammo and Flip. Like, you know, it wasn't going to be pretty. It wasn't going to be great. Good job. Okie dokie. And okay, now after Slammo's attack, anything less than a win, I'm really disappointed on. So the Emperor is attacking circuit board. What could possibly have gone wrong here? 55 seconds. Doing a flare there. Alright, that's wrong. Shocking, shocking. Okay. Alright, partner, if your plan is to go in and keep the rocket shocked, then you, sir, need to keep the rocket shocked. Save your gunboat in those situations. Know what you're going to do before you go in. Like, that's important. So, Navid, a level 47, who's, you know, pretty high by our team standards, had to go in and take this, you know, little piddly win. It just, the numbers... You only have the numbers. Boom Beach is a game of numbers. Use the numbers to your advantage. Budget your attacks. Know what you need to do on each mission. Leaders of this team, my final thoughts to you is, like, you guys are really good and you're dedicated and you know what it is that you want your team to be. What I would suggest, if I just all of a sudden woke up and found myself the leader of this team and I had to sort it out in a day and a half, you know, first thing I would want to do is identify who are the guys that are flexible, you know, that are able to work in different troops, different situations. Figure out who those guys are, and they don't all have to be officers. Once you have that nailed down, then start looking at the bases not as just one big giant base that you're just gonna, you know, punch and kick and fight your way through. Look at it more like a puzzle and think about how to remove the big obstacles, right? So spend a few small attacks removing and weakening some of the big annoying obstacles, and then that'll free up your big guys to do exactly what you're great at anyway. You're great at smashing stuff, you know. So if I was charged with the task of honing you guys based on what you're doing now, all I would say is, like, you need to team artillery better, but we're using the term Kamehameha. I don't care what you call it. I'm just, you know, you're Dragon Ball Z fans. I figured you'd get a kick out of that. And a Kamehameha is 2 artillery, 2 barrage. Let's ignore power cells unless they're free power cells. That means all the defenses around them are destroyed. You have something?
When you're done.
Okay, and the other thing is, you definitely got to work on warrior usage. Watch Bronze replays on Quantum yesterday. He's brilliant. Definitely research on how to get good at those. Mountain seems like he's got the right stuff, so definitely, you know, have him on your warrior brigade. But that's pretty much, those are the 3 things. Like, just, I think you're on the right track. It's only a matter of time before you're full again, and then you're going to be crushing that stuff. But if I had to give 3 little just easy adjustments that I know you guys are capable of making: Kamehameha, cells, warriors. And that's it. That's the end of my assessment. I would grade your team a B+. Good job. Okay. And
I just want to say, you guys aren't the only team we're doing this to. We will be visiting other task force, so don't feel like we're singling you out.
Yeah, we're definitely not singling anybody out. This is just it's the only way we know. The way we see it is, the more we can get out of the task force, the more Supercell will put into the task force, and that's ultimately what it's all about for me. So I don't know. So there you go. Alright, well, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching this video. Super Saiyans, I want to thank you guys so much for being awesome hosts. It has been such a blast hanging out with you. If you are a super high level and you love the, you know, the bash and smash and mentality and approach, then I strongly recommend you join the team #9C89JUR. They are the Super Saiyans, and they will be more than happy to, you know, point you in their direction. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. Please remember that we are still unboomable, and as always, be safe. Way too long.